Alright, I don't usually tell this story, mainly because when I do, people just smirk like I'm winding them up. But hand on heart, this actually happened. And the bad thing is, I've never been someone who buys into all this ghost stuff. I'm a proper skeptic. I'm the one who'll sit through a horror film and point out all the plot holes. I don't believe in spirits or demons or any of that. I'm not even religious. My mum did try to drag me into church when I was a kid, but that never stuck. This was about 3 years ago, when I moved into this old terrace house. Nothing fancy, paint peeling in places, carpets seen better days, but the rent was dirt cheap. I thought I'd struck gold, so I was happy. But from the first week, I kept hearing a noise at night. Not the normal creaks you expect from like an old house, but something above my bedroom. It started small, faint scratching like mice or maybe pigeons, and then these soft dragging sounds. And it was always after midnight, 1 o'clock, bang on time. I'd be lying there just about to nod off and I'd hear it. A slow shift, almost like something sliding across the floorboards. But the attic wasn't even floored. I knew that because the landlord told me it was just beams and insulation up there. Now, whether that was true or not, I'm not sure because I haven't actually been up there. But if it was just beams and insulation, how the hell could anyone be walking around? At first, I brushed it off. I kept telling myself, old house, maybe there's some dodgy pipes, or probably birds, or just mice, one or the other. I came up with every excuse in the book to explain it away. Maybe it was the neighbours. But then I thought, what would they be doing in the attic at 1 in the morning? Because on my left I've got this old retired woman who can barely walk, never mind crawl in a loft. And on the right, the house is completely empty. I've never seen anyone go in or out since I've moved in around 2 months ago. I even wondered if maybe something was living in that loft and somehow carried over the sound into mine. Nothing really added up. And then on one occasion, I had my friend stay over. We'd been out drinking and he crashed at mine. And around 1 in the morning, we both heard it. Clear as day. This dragging sound right above us. He sat up, pale as anything, and went, "You've definitely got something up there." I laughed it off, but I could see he was rattled, and so was I, but I was just trying to be brave, just not to scare him even more. But that was the last he ever stayed at mine. The next day, things started getting even weirder. One night, I woke up gasping for water. I opened my bedroom door and just froze. The hatch to the attic, the little wooden panel that you have in the ceilings, was hanging open, just wide open, like someone had climbed down. I thought there's definitely someone in the house, so I ran downstairs, heart thumping, and grabbed the first thing I could find, and it was a broom of all things, but that's the best I could find at that time. And then I stood there in the living room, lights on, just waiting to hear something, but the place was just dead silent. I didn't sleep that night, just sat in the corner with the lights on till the sun came up. The next day, I bought a cheap padlock and fixed it onto the hatch. I thought, right, if it opens again, I'll know there's someone for sure. 2 nights later, around 1 in the morning, I woke up to the sound again, a soft click, exactly like a lock being undone, the hatch slowly opening. My whole body went ice cold. I didn't even breathe. And then came the footsteps. Slow, heavy. It was like someone just climbing down some stairs, step by step. But the weirdest part is this latch has no ladder. It's literally just a latch that opens and closes. So where that sound was coming from was a complete mystery. And to my stupidity, I whispered, "Hello?" Which I know sounds daft, but the second I spoke, it all stopped. Dead. Just complete silence. The only thing I could hear was just my heart trying to beat out my chest. And then as I calmed down, I kept hearing this breathing. And it was coming from the other side of the bedroom. It was like slow and heavy, but somehow I could hear it just around me. I don't know how I did it, but I threw the door open. Nothing. The hatch looked shut. Lock still on. I stood there shaking, broom in hand like some idiot trying to fight shadows. A couple of days later, I forced myself to check the attic in daylight, pulled up a chair, shoved the hatch open, torch in hand. Straight away the smell hit me, damp and sour, like rotten clothes. I shone the light around and my stomach turned. At the far end of the attic was this little pile of stuff. Shoes, a cracked mug, a rolled up sleeping bag, and right in the middle was a photograph. A family I didn't recognize standing outside what looked like this house but a very long time ago. Everyone was smiling except there's one bloke at the back. He wasn't smiling at all. His eyes looked locked on the camera, like he wasn't in the photo but somehow staring through it. It's not something I can really explain, but his eyes, they looked alive. And because he was at the back of the photo, it looked like these people had no idea he was even there. He didn't look like a family member, but just someone in the background. I gathered all the stuff, put it in a bag and just chucked it away. And I told the landlord. He shrugged and said, yo, whatever. He didn't really care, and he had never seen that stuff before. I mean, I don't really believe the landlord because all he really cares about is the money coming in. But come on, why would all tenants leave a pile like that up there? I spoke to my friends about a lot of the stuff. A lot of them told me I should get a priest in. Someone even handed me a little bottle of holy water. I laughed because, like I said, I'm not religious. I don't believe in crosses, prayers, all that nonsense. But one night, desperation did get the hold of me and I sprinkled it around the hatch. Felt stupid doing it, like I was in some cheap horror flick, and honestly, I don't think it made a difference anyway. The noises carried on, still after midnight, still at 1 o'clock. The same dragging, the same shifting, and the same someone moving around just above my head. And then something happened with the lock that I still can't explain to this day. I came home one night, looked up, and the padlock was gone. Not broken, not on the floor, just gone. There was no sign of forced entry or even normal entry. If someone had somehow found the key, which was impossible because there was only one key, and that key was with my keys, which are currently in my pocket. So I'm not sure how, but it was gone. I did ask my landlord and my mates, but no one had touched it. And they wouldn't be able to anyway because I'd only been out the house for half the day. But still, I did ask them and no one touched it. That's when I stopped sleeping upstairs. I drag my bedding to the sofa most nights, but even down there, I hear it sometimes. That slow dragging noise, just travelling across the ceiling. But the worst part is, it's still going on to this day. I still haven't figured out what exactly it is. I keep telling myself it's animals, it's rats, or pigeons, or something that just consoles me at night so I can go to sleep. To avoid hearing it, I also put white noise in the background, but I know that noise is still there, and it lives in my head. The next part of my plan is going to be to put some cameras up there, so I can see if someone's actually there, or see if I can catch anything that would explain these noises. I'm hoping that can give me some proof. But as of now, those noises still happen. Same time, same way. And if I'm being honest, I don't really want to know what those cameras will find. But if I want to stay in this house, I will have to find out.